Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. Given the uncertain financial situation we find ourselves in here in 2023, and given the state of inflation, governments around the world, including the United States where I live, just absolutely debasing fiat currencies. Given all of that, I find this headline to be particularly interesting. This comes from CNBC. Costco is selling gold bars, and they are selling out within a few hours. And so, look, a couple things right off the bat here. I understand why people are interested in hedging against inflation. Obviously, that's a no-brainer. But I gotta wonder, are the people buying gold bars at Costco, do they know about, cryptocurrencies? Do they know about webinars? Are these the people that are crypto savvy? Because I have a suspicion, and I admit it's just a suspicion. I have a suspicion that people are buying gold rather than purchasing XRP because they don't know what the hell XRP is. Although on the flip side for us, sitting here, thinking about this in September of 2023, this just reeks of opportunity because there are almost zero. You might as well round down. There are so few humans in XRP, you might as well just round down to zero. There's almost 0% of humans on the planet that have ever held XRP at any point in time. And yes, I know there's millions of us. We are a, relatively speaking, large community in the world of crypto, among the largest. And I get that, but still, this is why it's exciting. There's still almost no humans here. So when more people come in, increased volatility, it's going to be a good time. And on top of that, some of the most respected analysts out there that I follow are highly confident that the bottom is in. Did you notice that within the last 24 hours, Bitcoin burst above $27,000? And of course, that doesn't mean that it can't dip below that threshold, but this is the level that was notable resistance. And analysts, literally yesterday, I highlighted perspective from a couple analysts that were saying, hey, you should expect this, including Credible Crypto. And I'm going to share with you what he has to say today. But we've got a lot of excitement ahead of us here in the world of crypto. We're just early. And you know what? I think that's fantastic. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. Now, as I record this, XRP's just shy of 51 cents, though it did end up peaking above 51 cents for a bit. And it was just following Bitcoin as XRP almost always does, so that's all well and good. Bitcoin is currently just a hair above $27,000, getting as high as $27,286 within the last 24 hours. You've got the Crypto Fear and Greed Index at 48 out of 100, so people are no longer in fear thanks to this. They are now neutral. And that's good because there's no glee for me in knowing that those lovable, cuddly little retail lemming purchasers out there are just weeping at night and hiding under their bed sheets in fear. I do not take joy out of that. And so this is good to see that they're just neutral now. As far as I'm concerned, that's absolutely fantastic. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give that 2 thumbs up. Now here's the headline from CNBC. Costco is selling gold bars, and they are selling out within a few hours. Costco is well known as a place to get bargain prices on any variety of items, from food to luggage to appliances to gold bars. Wait, gold bars, question mark? Which is why my voice goes up like this? Yes, the retail warehousing giant is your one-stop shop for 1 ounce gold Pamp Swiss Lady Fortuna Veruscan bars. I probably butchered that, I don't really give a damn. Handsomely detailed and ready for purchase. They're available for the bargain price of, well, pause it. Why do we need all those words in that? It's gold, bitch. It's gold. Why do we need to call it 1 gold Pamp Swiss Lady Fortuna Viscount bar? If that's your brand name, can you pull an Elon Musk and just bring it down to a freaking letter? How about G for gold? All right, just want to rant. They're available for the bargain price of, well, you have to be a member to know that, but apparently they were selling for a little shy of $1,900 recently, according to chatter on Reddit. Spot gold most recently was going for $1,876.56 an ounce as of Wednesday afternoon. Regardless of price, gold is selling like hotcakes, judging by comments Tuesday from Costco Chief Financial Officer Richard Galanti. Speaking on the company's quarterly earnings call, Galanti said the bars are in hot demand and don't last long when in stock. And here's a quote from him. I've gotten a couple of calls that people have seen online that we've been selling 1 ounce gold bars. Yes, but when we load them on the site, they're typically gone within a few hours, and we limit 2 per member, end quote. Okay, so admittedly, it could be a few things here. It could be a number of things. Maybe they just have a tiny stock, and there are a handful of people who, when they come across, like, yep, I want a piece of that. Now, that's interesting, though, isn't it? Because if you're buying gold at Costco, who are you relying on for all the other aspects of your entire net worth? Like, what are you doing? What you doing there? You got yourself a 401k even? Like, what are you doing? I just kind of wonder here. And nothing. And so, look. And by the way, nothing against gold. I don't buy gold, but I know I'm sure tons of you listening do. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. And diversifying into precious metals, all well and good. I just tend to keep things a little bit more simple, than that, just for me. And maybe I will get into precious metals. I've just been putting more money into crypto in recent years, as you well know. And beyond that, I'm kind of I'm into traditional finance, which is boring, but it freaking works. Just hold stuff for a long period of time, just being in equities. So I'm not against gold by any means, and at some point maybe I'll just actually purchase some. But I'll tell you what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to hop on a Costco's website and purchase me some gold. I'm like, that is not going to be my go-to. So I'm just sitting here thinking, these people, they're buying gold instead of cryptocurrency, and that's speculation. I'm making an assumption, and I acknowledge that. But if you're the type to buy gold at Costco, I would be willing to bet that you don't have exposure to the cryptocurrency asset class. And maybe that's not true of everybody. Maybe there's even somebody listening right now who bought gold on Costco. But I just gotta kind of wonder, why is that the go-to place? So again, maybe they just ran out because there wasn't that many in stock. But aside from that, like the idea of having it as a hedge against inflation, okay, fair enough. And inflation has been absolutely out of control. So I'm not against that, but that's also a reason that I'm in crypto. And yes, I understand that crypto follows what's happening, in equities. I totally get that, but I still don't care. I still buy it because I understand that even if crypto goes down dramatically, even if you want to say it's because of what's happening in equities, at some point in the future it's going to go up, and the multiplier effect from the bottom compared to what happens when you get out of the bottoms of what happens in the stock market, it's not even going to be close. So even though there's that correlation, because of the multiplier effect, I still don't care. So I'm still buying it myself as a hedge, even though I understand it moves in tandem with equities, because it doesn't matter. Because when it goes in correlation with equities, there's such a multiplier effect, I don't care. And I'm doing it because in parts, there are uncertain times in terms of what's happening with the dollar, this or that. Absolutely. To me, that's perfectly reasonable. I just don't buy into the narrative of crypto is today, in technical terms, some sort of hedge against inflation, in the same way that people would use that concept as it pertains to gold. That's really all that I'm saying there. It's no more complex than that. But the good news is that we are here in XRP, we're early, and the people buying gold at Costco, I'm going to guess again that they probably have never even heard of XRP, but we're here right now in September 2023. Almost nobody paying attention to crypto compared to how many people had eyeballs on it, and especially for the first half of 2021. When you had the beginning of the laser eyes and diamond hands and all that BS. So nobody's paying attention except for you guys listening, so kudos to you for being here. But this is just how it is at the bottom of bear markets, and maybe we're a little bit outside of the bottom, but you get the cut of my jib. But if you fast forward, a year or two or three, however long it takes, the euphoria is going to be back. And it'll be fun to look back on times like this and be like, yep, well, we were here, told you so. Because that's exactly what it's going to come to. And if you're speaking in local terms here, like very recent price action, there are a couple very popular analysts that have thought that what's most probable is that the bottom's in. So here is a post from chart analyst Josh Rager, who wrote, "What if $25,000 Bitcoin really was the local bottom? Personally, I think a lot of people would be upset if this happens." And then he shared this chart, and this is just a Bitcoin USD chart. And then there's somebody named Luffy who responded and tagged Credible Crypto and Blockchain Backer and said, "Credible Crypto and the Blockchain Backer have been saying this for a while now, LOL." And so, yes, they have, and credit where it's due. And I've been highlighting that they've been saying that on my channel because I think that they're reputable. I think that they're good at what they're doing. And they don't agree 100% on everything, but you wouldn't expect that anyway. But they had very close ideas of what the bottom should be for Bitcoin. So Credible Crypto was saying 24,800. Don't go below that. For Blockchain Backer, it was 24,700. And it has stayed above that. And they both thought what is most probable is a move to the upside. And that's what we've seen now. And so, of course, nothing is a guarantee here. But in terms of what's most probable, they've been very confident in that, have they not? And so Incredible Crypto saw that post and reposted it and wrote, people starting to realize now that market structure at $24,800 was never broken, and that was likely our bottom. Right, and so, of course, when you're talking about probabilities, which is what we're talking about when it comes to chart analysis, not certainties, that's what he found to be most reasonable. Now, somebody named Rick Nachos, I guess is how it's intended to be said, wrote in quotation marks, likely. So apparently he thinks that it's BS that people say likely rather than guaranteeing something. And I see this. Like there's this expectation from some people that chart analysts should say, no, this is what's going to happen and just have conviction and stand by it. And I say that's a bunch of hoo-ha nonsense and horsepucky. That's just if you ask me. Incredible Crypto seems to be thinking along the same lines. So he responded to that and said, yes, because there are never any guarantees. If I pretended like I have a crystal ball, I'd say 100%, absolutely, no other possibility. But I don't have one of those and can't see the future, so I say likely. If you've been following my content for the last month, you know that I am very confident about $24,800 being the bottom. Right, and again, so I've been highlighting that from him for some time because he's so frequently correct. I highlight him on my channel with some amount of regularity. And this looks like another one of those instances. And if it breaks down, it breaks down, because sometimes what he thinks is most probable, and same for Blockchain Backer and anyone else, whatever is most probable, even if it's most rational to believe that after the fact, it's not always going to be what does happen. Sometimes the improbable happens. Sometimes what is unlikely does happen. And that's okay. It doesn't mean that they're bad at what they do. Sometimes the unlikely happens. It's just not happening here. So it's going to be exciting when this all takes off, though. And I've been through that multiple times in the past because I've been here almost 6 years now. It's going to happen again. As far as I'm concerned, that's a virtual certainty. And in terms of dollar increases, it'll be the biggest we've ever seen. For the next market cycle in terms of dollar increases. Now, in terms of percentage increases, I don't think so. But even so, I firmly believe that XRP is going to substantially outperform Bitcoin because there's so much less money in XRP right now. It's going to just melt faces and just obliterate Bitcoin when it comes to performance and the multiplier effect from bottom to top for each individual asset. I firmly believe that to be the most probable outcome. And now that XRP has legal clarity, it is unshackled. It'll continue to correlate with the rest of the market. It did that in 2021, even with the SEC lawsuit going on. It's just that fewer people were interested because they were scared because of that. And as a result, XRP is the only top 10 crypto that at that time did not hit a new all-time high. But it's a coming, and I will sit here and wait as patiently as is possible. Yes, I think I already would have had my life-changing wealth a couple years ago if not for the SEC. So, but I'm not going to go cry about it all day. Sometimes I'll bitch about it. I guess I'm kind of bitching about it right now. And I can do that. I can bitch a little bit. It's a good time to bitch a little bit. It's cathartic sometimes. But still, I'm not going to cry about it. It's not like I'm still living a happy life. Each day is great. I'm happy each day when I wake up. Everything's fantastic and all. And eventually it still is going to come because market cycles aren't going to stop just because of some pricks at the SEC. So we going to get ours. That's all I'm saying. That's just how I look at it. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.